Let's figure out some travel plans. So I'm heading into New Jersey today to meet Chris Geringer and Liz Abramson for lunch, and I figured rather than driving in, because it's like an hour drive, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive, depending on traffic. I figured instead of driving in, I would just take the time and potentially take the train. Now, I've never taken a train like this before. So I've never taken it to Jersey. So that being said, I have no idea what to do. So I got some instructions from Liz. She was actually super helpful with it, and then I'll just kind of do a little more of my own research and seeing what time I have to head out of here. All right, let's make our to-do list for today. This is for while we're on the train and heading into the city. Let's see. So one thing I want to do is I have to send out the set list. This is for the concert that I'm doing. I don't know all the songs that I'm going to be doing yet, but I know some of the songs that I'm going to be doing, so I'm going to send them out to the band. Edit the vlog. I should probably work on that wedding video. Oh, I got to create the special tickets. Oh, for Chicago. I just booked a Chicago trip. But the special tickets are for the people that are in, like my friends on YouTube, to make those and send it to them. What else? Anything else? I think that's it. So now a little funny side note about me is I am absolutely terrible when I have like 20 minutes to do something, 30 minutes. Like I have to leave for the train in about 25 minutes. So like me right now, I'm like, well, what do I do? Like, what do I don't know what to do. Like, do I start something? Do I not start something? Do I work on this? Do I not work? I don't know what to do. "20 minutes to catch the train." See, that's what I tell you. I always dilly-dally. What did I do? Well, technically, what did I do? I made the sign. So my plan with that is to ask people what the best concert they've ever been to is, for two reasons. One, content ideas. I think that'll be fun. A fun way to promote my concert. And two, why do I have three fingers up? Two, it'll be a cool thing to be like, well, why was it the best concert you've ever been to? I can learn from their experiences and take all the best ideas from other artists that they're telling me. Alright, well that was quite the experience. First of all, taking the train was a phenomenal idea. I got so much work done on the train. Edited 3 vlogs, and it's a much better option. Taking the bus was an interesting experience. I've never done that before. I've taken like public transit bus, but this is like one of those, I felt like I was in a movie going to like the bus terminal where there's like 100 buses and you have to figure out what track you're on. And actually I think there's 300 tracks, which is crazy. So we just got off in Jersey, and I'm like 300 feet from the studio, walking into the studio. Alright, just got off the bus from Jersey, back in Manhattan, in Times Square. Trying to find, first thing on the list is trying to find a pizza place, preferably a dollar pizza because I'm mad hungry. And then I'm gonna hopefully shoot some videos around here. I'm thinking to promote the concert. We did it, the dollar slice. So we were outside of Madison Square Garden, one of the most popular concert venues in the whole world, and we were asking people what the best concert they've ever been to is. Hey man, can I ask you what the best concert you've ever been to is?
Tchaikovsky, Rite of Spring.
Very cool.
Station is next. It's the farm stop on the train. All passengers must exit there. Please watch your step. Make sure you avoid first.
Whew, just got in the car. It's funny, man. I was like totally fine, and now all of a sudden, like now as soon as I got off the train, I'm exhausted. It's 7 o'clock right now. Trying to get out of my parallel park job. Unlike Olivia Rodrigo, I definitely learned how to parallel park. It's a necessity in New York, especially in the city. Not as much out here, but it comes in handy. So I'm on my way to a music night at my church. So I want to say something. It's kind of cool. I'm pretty happy about this, actually. Today, oh, it's good. Oh, wow, they made it. I thought they were going to hit the curb trying to pull out. I got to say, man, today feels like the first time, I want to say ever, that I've been able to almost give myself this grace with feeling anxious, if that makes sense. Like, I've been in such a good place lately that the fact that I woke up feeling a little more anxious than I had been today than in recent, today was like the first time I'm like, hey, it's okay. Like, tomorrow is a new day. Like, I wasn't stressed about it. I wasn't like, oh, I gotta feel better. Oh, why am I feeling like, I'm like, hey, I've been in such a good place. You know what? I'm sure by tomorrow I'll be feeling fine and back to that normal place. Like, and even still, it was such a low grade kind of minimal feeling. But even still, like, normally in the past I'd be like, oh, I don't want to feel this way. Why am I feeling? I'm like, almost like, hey, you've had so many consistent good days that, like, one off day and one day that's not as good, I'm okay with, actually, because I'm like, tomorrow's gonna be back to being good, because I've learned, like, sometimes I'll start to go down that door and open that door and go down that path, and it's like, I've learned, like, no, I don't want to go down that path. And even though today's a little harder not to go down that path, I know that if I do, it'll just spiral. And it's just really interesting in the sense of, like, today's like the first day I'm noticing, like, hey, I'm acknowledging the fact that I feel this way, but I'm not mad at myself, or I'm not, like, mad at the situation. I'm like, I know that tomorrow will be fine. And I'll be fine, and I know what these feelings are, and I'm not stressed about them, if that makes sense. Yo, on a complete side note, though, you saw that pizza that I had in the city? It was dollar pizza. I found a dollar pizza place, but I guess the guy didn't hear me properly, so, like, I asked for a drink and one slice, so it should be $2. But he ended up giving me two slices, and then he's like, okay, 2 slices and a drink. So it ended up coming to 3. I was like, I don't really want the second slice, but he already took it out. And the guy, it was just like, it was one of those things where it was like, it's not worth arguing, so I just took it. And I didn't want it to go to waste, so I ate it. And even though it was only $1, but I regretted eating it. Like, I just felt like, I felt sick after. And it's funny how, like, when you eat so clean so often, when you put things that aren't as clean in your body, like, you actually feel sick. Not even like, oh, I feel like, oh, you know, like, because in the past I've also felt like, oh man, like, almost guilty for eating that. Like, you know, I don't know if anybody else, I'm sure people actually relate to this. It's like, you're so health conscious and so trying to eat so clean that when you eat something unhealthy, you're like mad about it. That's the extreme, and I used to be like that, and now I'm like, that's not what I mean by, like, feeling like gross. I felt gross, like, oh, my body just feels gross, like, I feel off, like, I feel sick, you know what I mean? Like, that's the importance of the food you put in your body, baby. And it's when you eat so clean so often that when you don't, you feel it. I want to give this place a massive shout out, man. This place right there, Lucharitas, mad good, bro. Honestly, like, the vibe when I got in there, I was like, oh, it kind of feels a little fast foody. But the food, bro, mad good, let me tell you.